Hi, this video is called What Happened to American Manufacturing Workers? And I think I read or somebody told me it was, quote, meds and eds. And the decline of manufacturing jobs started around 1980. And previous videos played some clips from Bruce Springsteen, who was the bard for the white working, factory workers. And, like in those 1980s songs, like we're all about the mill got closed and they couldn't get another job and stuff like that. But so let's go through some sites. So this is an interesting graph. Blue is employment, the workers. So 1980, the peak, 20 million people, and this is like net 2010, and then of course for another 10 years. And so basically, all these workers, where did they go? And so, let's see, let's look. Healthcare expense were the most common cause of bankruptcy in the United States. And this is like 14 years ago. Now it's, accounting for 62% of bankruptcies. And I'm sure that number is way higher today. But it says compared with only 8% in 1981. See, back here, nobody was going bankrupt from, their healthcare, expenses. And then the other thing, is college, right? This is 1980. This is private. 10,000 is the tuition, and then for public, it was a little over 2,000. And this is now 5 years ago. Says the average was over 27,000 for private, and almost 10,000. Huge increase. I went to Stanford Law School in 1988, and my tuition was 88 right here, 14,000. I remember that number because I had to make it up. And you want to know what the tuition is now? 62,847. So look at this. Where's 62? It's like up here somewhere. Stanford. They have another line to go like off the friggin' screen. Okay, and yeah, so here's the question, right? Like, yeah, I went to Stanford, great professors. Same professors, some of them who didn't die off or move on were still there, within the last few years. And I went to visit, and I remember visiting my crim law professor who played basketball with us sometime in the last 5 to 10 years. And I couldn't even find the law school because it wasn't this little building. It was this massive building that got built. And I asked him, well, who's in the old, building that you guys were used to? And he tried to explain it to me, but that's what it is. All these jobs, administrators and all this stuff, and education and healthcare, just create these crazy, fees and prices that are bankrupt. We're all going bankrupt, and the young people can't afford the tuition. So, and it's just because of all those people that are employed, they got to make money. I think that, to me, is the big explanation for why these things have become, so expensive. Crappy world that we're all of us living in for health and kids for school.